Core strength, Saralyn, core strength. Hey Munchies, it's Alyssia here. Welcome if you are new, and today is a very special episode because I have my good friend Saralyn. Hello! From The Domestic Geek. I'm sure a lot of you already know about her channel, but if you don't, she does amazing, healthy recipes for any lifestyle, so be sure to check her out. Today we are going to be sharing 3 mug meals each, which is perfect for back to school.
Yes, because a lot of you are heading into dorms where you're only going to have microwaves. Now, I had a little trouble with this challenge because I don't traditionally do a lot of microwave cooking, but I was super happy with the results, so I'm excited to share the mug meal ideas with you.
And we're each gonna be sharing 2 savory and 1 sweet. So my mug meals are actually on Saralyn's channel, so you can check that out. They are really good. You can check out her episode after to see my meals, but today, right now, we are going to share Saralyn's 2 savory and 1 sweet mug meal.
Yes, we sure are. So we're getting started with a really, really yummy main dish. It's actually sort of a take on risotto, and you can flavor it however you like. I did it with some mushrooms and some spinach because I love that combination, but it's pretty versatile once you get the technique sort of down.
I didn't even know you could cook mushrooms in the microwave, so this was really amazing for me to see, and I'm totally gonna do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to test this maybe 8 or 9 times.
Yep.
So don't be discouraged if the first few times don't work for you. It really is just about the power of your microwave and the cooking time. So stick with it, it's totally worth it when you get it right. It's incredible. So for this recipe, you are going to need some arborio rice, some vegetable broth, some butter, some garlic, some chopped mushrooms, some chopped spinach, some fresh thyme, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese for good measure. So we're gonna get started by combining our first 4 ingredients. So we've got our arborio rice, the vegetable broth, the butter, and the garlic. Now you could also add a little splash of white wine if you were of age to purchase it. Totally up to you. Now the real secret in terms of technique here is that you need to cover your mug before it goes into the microwave. I just like to do this with a plate, but you do wanna create a good seal, so you wanna make sure it's sealed.
And we found that the larger mugs at the bottom that are more like a bowl work better because it gives it more room to expand. I've cooked rice in a mug before too, and it's really challenging and it can overflow really easily, so keeping that plate on top will help keep it from exploding.
And then you just wanna take all that steam and keep it in there because that's really what's gonna help cook your rice through. Cappuccino mugs work really well for this. Then into the microwave this goes, covered with that plate on 50% power for 8 minutes. It's gonna feel like a long time, but it's rice. It takes some time to cook.
Yeah.
This magic doesn't happen overnight, people. Be patient.
Our microwave today that we're using is 1000 watts. So you're gonna wanna adjust your cooking time accordingly, and with the rice it can be a little bit tricky, but just so you have a baseline, she's doing 50% power at 1000 watts.
Yes. After about 8 minutes, you can take off the lid, stir in your mix-ins. In this case, I'm using those lovely mushrooms, some spinach, and some fresh thyme. Cover it again with that plate, and then you can cook it for another 2 minutes on 50% power. What you don't wanna do when you take this out of the microwave is take the cover off of your mug. The secret is to trap that steam in there, and you wanna let it sit for 4 or 5 minutes. That's gonna be the end of your cooking time. Then you can stir it all together and it looks super yummy. I like to finish it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese because that's how I roll.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and finish it off any way you like. A little salt and pepper would do the trick, I'm sure.
This recipe seriously tastes, I think I ate almost the entire bowl, and you don't need much cheese to make it taste really, really good. That little bit of Parmesan cheese brings so much flavor.
The butter and the thyme and the garlic all coming together, it really is quite flavorful for something cooked in a microwave.
Yeah.
Not to diss microwaves. So next up, I've got an amazing lasagna soup recipe.
Which is so clever.
Have you ever had lasagna soup?
I haven't, but what a smart idea to do a soup in a mug, because I eat soups in mugs all the time, right? But why not make it in the mug? So smart.
And I love it because it really is a mug meal in the truest sense. This all gets mixed together in a single dish, which is super great. For this recipe, you're going to need some mini pasta shells, some frozen meatballs that have just been chopped up, some vegetable broth, some marinara sauce, a little bit of minced garlic, some chopped baby spinach, some ricotta cheese, and some Parmesan cheese.
So how do you cook this?
All right, so pasta, like rice, can be a bit tricky to cook in the microwave. So again, you're gonna have to, it's a bit of trial and error. You need to find your sweet spot. I found a lot of success using these teeny tiny little pasta shells. If you can't find these, no problem. Take regular pasta and just break it up. What you wanna do is make it small so it cooks more quickly. And then you're just gonna combine your pasta with your frozen meatballs, Could do this with vegetarian meatballs too. I think would be really tasty. Then you're gonna add some vegetable broth and some marinara sauce, a little bit of minced garlic, stir it all together, and then into the microwave it goes. I cooked this on 70% power for between 5 and 6 minutes. I did it a few times and times do vary. What you wanna do when it's done cooking is take it out of the microwave, you stir in your chopped spinach to start it wilting, and then you let it sit for 3 or 4 minutes.
So how clever, because those frozen meatballs can go in completely frozen and they're going to defrost, thaw, and cook. They're already cooked and frozen completely. So it makes your life so much easier, and you don't have to do anything to that spinach because the heat is
just gonna wilt it away.
That's amazing.
It's super great, and the recipe is so simple but so flavorful. And then I finished mine off with a scoop of ricotta cheese and a little bit of parmesan. If you wanted to take this like next level, you could also add a handful of shredded mozzarella and then put it back into the microwave. You get all the flavors of lasagna in a mug without having to deal with kind of the pain of the layers. And it's hearty and delicious and super yummy and brothy. Very comforting.
And quick to throw together.
Yeah, exactly.
So Sarah Lynn, tell me about your sweet mug meal.
Yeah, so that was a challenge for me because I am really, the savory came to me really quickly. Yeah. The sweet was a bit more of a challenge. I, on my channel, have these amazing baked oatmeals that I love.
Yes, I've made those.
So I used that as my inspiration and basically made a berry baked oatmeal. So for this recipe, you're gonna need some oats, some milk, some banana, a few tablespoons of liquid eggs, some maple syrup, vanilla extract, a little bit of baking powder, and some mixed berries. In terms of mix-ins, you can really use whatever you want.
How do you put this together?
All you need to do is mix all of that up in your mug, and into the microwave it goes on full power for between 3 and 4 minutes. And it's so good, it's such a hearty breakfast, it's got tons of protein, and it's just really yummy. If you don't want to use regular dairy milk, you could do this with almond milk for sure, soy milk, whatever kind of milk makes you happy.
And that baking powder helps it floof up?
It gives it a nice lift. So when you're eating it, it actually has sort of a fluffier, lighter texture than a traditional dense oatmeal.
I've never put baking powder in my oatmeal. I'll have to try it. Very clever. Yeah, it's time to do the taste test. We don't have a taste test.
Do you know why we don't have a taste test? If we're being really honest with you, Alyssia was super sick when we shot all of those recipes.
Yeah.
So she had no voice.
I couldn't speak.
Almost all, total laryngitis. So we shot all of the food one day and then had to get back together.
Yeah, 5 days later.
To bring you all this goodness.
So we can't actually taste it.
I have now lost my voice.
I know, I gave it to her. I'm so sorry.
So scratchy.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, thank you so much for sharing those amazing mug meals. Now you have to go over to Sarah Lynn's channel. Be sure to subscribe and check out her video where we have shared my 3 mug meals. I've got 2 savory and 1 sweet as well. I am making bread in a mug, meatloaf in a mug, and a Rice Krispie treat single serving in a mug. 2 ways.
No, it's pretty delicious. Head on over, take a look, and of course, if you try any of the recipes, let us know.
Tag us on social, give this video a thumbs up, and if you want us to do more collabs, let us know in the comments below of any collab ideas you might have.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time, and remember,
it's all a matter of mind over much. Ouch.
Sorry.
Out and about.
Boot
Sorry.
boot, eh?
About. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Okay.
Hey y'all.
All you need to do is mix all of that yumminess up. All you need.
Sorry.
We wore high heels to a party last night, if I'm being really honest. We actually wore high heels to 2 parties, 2 nights in a row. I am hobbled. If you saw what we looked like when we're actually shooting these videos, like the food part, we're in like
Boxers.
The stretchiest pants ever.
Yeah.
Ugly, dirty t-shirts.
Gym clothes.
Wipe my hands on my pants all the time.